people always be like, where's the bodies in the chat? Like, people are fucking rude, man. Let's listen in.
AJ first start and still trains here. We've just done Anna Woolhouse, a big sort of exclusive interview with Anthony, which will be coming out in the weeks to come. The first big interview, really, about sort of what went wrong, what happens next. Firstly, here, how are you feeling? Are you excited about the second part of the year? Have you recovered from what happened, mentally and physically ready to go again?
It's good to be back on Sky Sport. It's been a while. We was in the States last time, so it's good to be home. Back in my first home, my first love, Finch ABC. I feel good. It's a little blip, a mistake I made, and I would say that Ruiz wasn't ready to be taken out. I'm just going to add to what we already have, correct my wrongs, and look forward to the rematch because I feel it's a fight I can win.
You say add to what you've already got, so no massive changes. Rob McCracken stays. What will you do? Who will you bring in?
Rob McCracken is more to me than just a trainer. Rob McCracken is like a man who's helped me as a person, and I feel like he's really going to take me on to be a better person in life. And as a trainer, he's taken me from a novice to the Olympics to world champion. And I feel like there's options. 1, keep it as it is. 2, add to what we already have. Or 3, get rid of Rob and completely change. And I think number 3, silly. Number 2, we're already doing it now. Number 1, we're already doing it now. Number 2, to add to what we have, I feel like it can only make us a better and stronger team.
Yeah, so loyalty, it's staying with Rob, who's been with you for so long. Which other names, who are you thinking about bringing in as a support to Rob, or as he told you who he may want?
Yeah, Rob tells me what he wants as well. I tell Rob what I want. We're still open. You know, I've got to reach out to George Foreman still. You know, he's made it vocal that he wants to help, and all help right now is needed. I need to be around as much boxing people as possible because right now I need to soak in the experience and knowledge, got to watch the documentaries and just soak in the boxing environment again and get that passion back and realize that I'm not interested in this fighter, that fighter. The only fighter I'm interested in right now is Ruiz and beating him good so I can get those belts back.
And it is getting the passion back. You say it's a blip, but was it more than that you were really unhappy with your performance so that you need to rejuvenate your whole self in boxing terms?
Yeah, man, 100%. Like, the only guys I should be fighting are the best in the world. And if I want to win every battle, I shouldn't step in the ring. It was a tough battle. I got beat that night, but I feel I'm good enough and I feel I can correct my wrongs. I've done it before in the past. I've come from a tough background and I've built myself to now. Ruiz beating me isn't near as anything as difficult to what I've been through. So I know it's a challenge I can overcome and I know it's one I can win and I can't wait for that rematch.
Did you question how good you are, how 100%. Good you, did you?
Yeah, after I lost, I said, man, am I good enough? But then I asked myself, if I lack in skill, I'm going to build up my fitness. If I lack in fit, I'm going to build up my skill. So where I am not so good in, I'm going to add in different aspects. And that way I can become a full 360 fighter. Because at the minute, you know, I can just run through fighters, boom, hooks or right hands and they go down. But the question is, when they start throwing back, defend, counter, slipping shots, so I'm going to start adding different aspects. This is my chance to add everything I wanted to add years back.
Now, where's it going to be? When's it going to be? We're talking about venues, and it looks like, you know, either the UK or somewhere maybe iconic, somewhere maybe different, somewhere neutral possibly. I know Ruiz doesn't really want to come to Britain. I think America's been ruled out. What can you tell us?
Ruiz, you know, I see he's been doing a lot of talking about what he wants, but he don't call the shots in that sense. You know, it's a team effort, but it's fine. I don't mind fighting in America. I've done it before, and I'd love to fight here because I had no reason to go there in the first place. I went there off my own back. So for the rematch now, I would love it to be in Cardiff. However, it's going to be on neutral grounds. Ruiz.
I was listening to that earlier and wondering, what's neutral ground? Would New York again be neutral ground since Andy Ruiz is from the West Coast? Now, I'm sure they already are. I'm sure they already know. You know, but they can't say anything. And it is true, Andy Ruiz has been saying a lot, but at the end of the day, he will calm himself and he will say, well, you know, I know, but I can't say nothing. He really don't have no say. It's a rematch clause. You know? There was some talk of Africa, but that's not really neutral, even though both of them haven't really fought over there. And obviously the crowds are going to be pro. I did hear Saudi Arabia. But see, Saudi Arabia, man, they get strange with the chain sometimes. You always hear about how, like all these iron sheiks are gonna come up with all this money to put on, like fights, or they say like fucking 2 iron sheiks would want 2 fighters to fight on a yacht in the fucking Mediterranean somewhere, and they never come up with the bread. So, Saudi, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it, man. Nobody, you can't party out there. You can't, no hoes out there. And, you can't even say it, get beheaded. Let me just leave that let me leave it all alone. Let me leave it all alone before I get in trouble here on YouTube. All right, let's just get back. Just get back to the interview. Listen in. Shh.
He's the champ, so he will kind of make some calls as well in that situation. But I'm gonna, battle for it to be in the UK because it's my stomping ground. I've done one out there, so let's do the rematch here. And I think it'll be amazing before the year's out, and I'll definitely be having a lovely New Year's with my family.
Do you think having it in the UK gives you a slight psychological advantage, dragging him to wet Cardiff and, having the 80,000? Do you think that's what gives you the best chance of winning this fight? Because you...
Adam ain't slick. You hear him? Adam, you ain't slick.
Stomping ground. I've done one out there, so let's do the rematch.
You hear Adam?
And I think it'll be amazing before the year's out, and I'll definitely be having a lovely New Year's with my family.
Do you think having it in the UK gives you a slight psychological advantage, dragging him to wet Cardiff and, having the 80,000? Do you think that's what gives you the best chance of winning this fight? Because you have to win it, don't you?
To win it. You've got 2 ends of it. There's one, I'd fight in Tijuana and Ruiz's uncle could be the referee and I still whoop him. Do you know what I mean? It don't matter to me where it is. There's that aspect. But then there's the other aspects of the British fans that have been riding with me from day one want to see me get them belts back. And I'll never forget in the Olympics when I walked out, I tried to block out the energy in that room. And it was the worst thing because I'm fighting a battle that I couldn't win. So walking out in Cardiff in front of 70, 80, 90,000 people screaming and rooting for you to win, that type of energy that goes through your body is unstoppable. And I think that could give me that little bit of edge I need to win those belts.
When's the decision due?
You know what I've done, Adam? I've taken a step back from the business. So the decisions are due when the decisions are due, and I leave that to the decision makers. What I need to focus on now is my training. So I know there's a rematch. I know it's going to be this year. Wherever it is will be on neutral grounds. I want Ruiz to have a say. He's a champ. I want to fight here. He wants to fight elsewhere. We'll fight on neutral grounds, no problem. But what it is for me is that I'm just focusing solely on beating Ruiz. I'm not interested in when it has to be made. As I said, it can be in Tijuana. I don't mind where it is. It could be here in Finchley. I don't have a problem. I just want to focus on getting those belts back.
Eddie Hearn got a place down in Mexico, and there is a match room. There's a little small match room, Mexico. It can happen. It can happen. Be a nice little vacation retreat for you guys over in the UK. Also it get the Dylan White situation that gives Andy Ruiz side, more shit to bark about. Like, oh, we're not going over there. Y'all might try to taint our shit. We ain't taking that UCOD shit. Y'all shit is all fucked up. But either way, the fight's big, man. And it's a shame that people were like severely underestimating Andy Ruiz before the fight because he's fat. People get so butthurt when I be like, oh yeah, they say he a fat guy. They be like, you called him fat. It's like, no, I'm fat, motherfucker. I don't call him fat. Shit. Aztec Stadium in Mexico. Mexico seems to be like, logical. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if they, in the media, like it's all a bluff and they're going to keep that shit in the UK to make it seem like, I wouldn't be surprised, The UK, you already know that's 80,000 right there. That's 80,000 right there. You already know you can jack those ticket prices up. You already know Sky Sports box office is going to be crazy. Crazy numbers. So,
clause, you wanted it, you didn't want to warm up somebody else. That you believe is the right decision to go back in, try and get all the treasure back, and try and get on top of the world again straight up.
He had to take the rematch, because if he didn't, then, you know, he would have went to the back of the line in regards to getting that title or getting the title shot. You know, so nah.
Why?
100%. And anyone who tells me different, they ain't cut from the same cloth as me. They ain't true warriors. Anyone who's like, oh, you should go and have a warm-up fight. Who's my warm-up fight going to be? Usyk, Ortiz, Dylan White. These are the top-level boxers, and I've got the chance to fight for the heavyweight championship right in front of me. I don't fight, you know, B-class heavyweights. I'm fighting the best in the world. So I'm going straight for them titles, and that's the guy I want, Ruiz. He's got why I want the titles. So let's get it on.
Throughout your whole career, we've had so many terrific stories. Now, how important is this fight in your gut, in your mind? You know, when you sleep at night, is this the most important now?
It's a fight I know I can win, and that's what makes it important, because I know I can win. What makes it even more important is how I prepare for this fight. And that's why when I looked at my options of what we need to do as a team is whether we keep it the same, add to what we have, or got rid of it. I feel like option 2 was the best, because I'm only a product of what I'm taught in the gym, and I want to add to what I have. So when I go to fight Ruiz in the rematch, he's going to assume that that was the best Anthony Joshua in the ring. And I think that I fought the best Ruiz in the ring that night. But when I come for that rematch, he's going to be dealing with a completely different beast.
But he's beaten you.
I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it. What I was saying was, I'm gonna fix it. What I was saying was, he has an issue where he gives up his height too much. You know, look at the Alexander Povetkin fight. You know, where he's ducking all low and Povetkin, you know, tagging him. Andy Ruiz, like, if Andy Ruiz goes down again, can he get back up? You know, I believe that Anthony Joshua has the skill set. But, you know, like, Andy Ruiz been living a life, bought a new mansion, and, you know, like, rematches, you know, especially if you get knocked out in the first one, history don't usually look good for you in the second one. No, I fixed the sound. My bad. So once again, for the people who are new, I'm explaining again. You know, it took me about 5 days, you know, to build all of this. You know, it's been rough on me. So we got a lot going on. Live show coming on Mondays. Multiple streams throughout the week. And guess what? Now you'll be able to have. I'm going to fix the voice. And I think I'm going to fix the voice.
Spirit, he gave messages. He gives guidance. He is forever loved. Right?
TstreeT Controversy donated $47 through Super Chat. This is a test Super Chat alert for $47.
Let me tell you, now I know that I'm going to be looking for funny post-fight sound bites to make sure I update that shit every week. It's going to get to me. So yeah, we're going to have live guests. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to clean up some things around here. The colors are a little off, as you can see. The chat on the screen, the words, that the font is too small. Clean up some things around here, and then I'm going to add the Skype and the FaceTime. So yeah. So we're going to be able to call people up and be like, yo, motherfucker, you lost that fight. Nah, we're not going to be like that. But you get where I'm going. So you got to think, we're in August. They're going to have to announce this soon. I mean, they don't have to, you know, but I'm thinking that they will. And also, what are the TV rights here in the States? What if the Zone don't get the... See, isn't it correct? I remember that Anthony Joshua is not exclusive to the Zone. But they have first bid. But what if PBC or Fox pull out some crazy money to get Joshua versus or Ruiz versus Joshua 2 on free TV, like midday or something. But over in the UK on Sky Sports. You never know, man. You never know. You never know what Al Haymon is maneuvering. You never know. You know? Andy Ruiz got some powerful backers. So we got to move on. Is the Mansion Wise purchase? That was a quick. Oh yeah, people. I was looking. That's not. Listen, that's not my place, man. That's not my place. You know, that's not my place. People like, yeah, it was the mansion. That's not my place. I was looking. I was like, But at the same time, he made a whole bunch of fucking money. He got a whole bunch of sponsors now, and no telling what Al Haymon gave him. Remember, he got Al Haymon behind him. You know, so no telling. You know, but I'm happy for him overall. Like, even when I watch his videos, they'd be like, man, good for fucking you, man. Because people were really disrespectful. Boxing fans, disrespectful.
You want it, he could beat you again.
That's the thing, and that's
Hold up. You ain't going to be getting me, Sky Sports.
what makes the rematch so important.
Compelling, isn't it, this sport?
We love it. You know what? Me and Anna were talking earlier, and we're just saying, like, from winning the British title to the World Championships to unifying twice and stuff, it's just been so many defining moments. Even losing in MSG was a defining moment, and we're about to put it right before this year's out, and it's going to be a hell of a year.
Venue and a date coming soon, and it be back up to Sheffield.